breaking news coming in, viewers. This is a shocking new detail which has now come out in the remand note. Now, the CBI in its remand note has basically said that there is an unknown person angle. Now, this is extremely interesting, really. Remember, earlier there was a suicide theory which was floated by the doctors. Cops first said that the victims reportedly, we had not been very sure back then, and now there seems to be an unknown person angle. This is a sensational new revelation. Bhavtosh is joining us live on the broadcast. Bhavtosh, could you shed more light exactly on what this angle is? What's this unknown person angle which has found its way in the CBI remand note?
Well, adding to what Pooja has said, even as there is a meeting stated later in the evening, CBI last Saturday had arrested both the former principal of the RGKR Medical College as well as the station house officer of Tala Medical College or Tala Police Station. In the remand note, it is more or less clear that CBI suspects that there is a larger conspiracy or deeper conspiracy to somehow delay the entire investigation and delay the process of arresting Sanjay Roy. Remember when the arrest took place and when the case was handed over to the CBI, there was a lot of jibe that was taken by the state government, at least some TMC senior leaders, and saying that CBI has done nothing in the case and that CBI has virtually copy-paste the entire investigation that was done by the Kolkata police. And they had said that for the past 35 days, CBI is just repeating what Kolkata police had done in 48 hours. Now, what CBI has now done is that in the two remand notes, if we closely see, CBI at two places in the remand note of Abhijit Mandal, they have mentioned that there could be a possibility of a larger conspiracy. In one place, they have mentioned that there is a conspiracy to first save Sanjay Roy, or at least delay his arrest. And at another place, they have mentioned that there could be a conspiracy in the manner in which this entire crime scene was polluted or dressed up. Now, why was this done is still to be investigated, and then there are other mentions of why their station house officer, now suspended police officer, reached late in the crime scene and also, in fact, hurriedly cremated the body of the victim, thus delaying, thus in fact destroyed any chance of a second postmortem.
Well, absolutely. And Bhavtosh, why don't you stay with us, because Sagrika is also joining us live from the newsroom. Sagrika, can you explain what exactly is this unknown person angle which has found its way in the remand note?
Mention what the CBI has specifically said in the remand note, which now puts the focus on the unknown person's angle. What has happened here? The CBI says that the registration of the first general diary entry number 552 mentioning the body of the PG trainee of RGKR Medical College was found lying in an unconscious state. So the first entry made by the police in this case stated that the victim was unconscious, and this comes after the hospital authorities first told the family that this is a case of suicide. Then the diary entry by the cop says that she was found lying in an unconscious state at the seminar room of the chest and medicine, thereby in conspiracy with hospital authorities and other unknown persons intentionally mentioned wrong facts in the general diary entry, whereas the dead body was already examined by a doctor and found the victim dead. So number one, the CBI has said that the doctors knew that the victim is no more. When the cop is informed, and the cop was constantly in touch with the principal, this is also mentioned by the CBI in its remand note. In fact, they spoke at 10:03 a.m. in the morning. Then the CBI goes on to say that the police, that is the SHO of the Tala police station, who's now arrested, who's Abhijit Mandal, he writes in the general diary, the first entry, that the victim is found lying unconscious. What is even more important is that the CBI is suspecting that there is a conspiracy with hospital authorities and other unknown persons intentionally to mention wrong facts in the general diary entry. So now the CBI is also focusing on the unknown person's angle. There is another aspect of the remand note where the CBI also goes on to mention how the crime scene was tampered. Now the CBI says that being the officer in charge of the Tala police station, Abhijit Mandal failed to cordon off the crime scene and preserve and protect the crime scene, which led to access of unauthorized persons to the scene of crime, causing damage to vital evidences available to the scene of crime, thereby trying to protect. Very important here, the CBI says that the cop in fact possibly tried to protect main accused Sanjay Roy. The next line becomes even more critical because the CBI also puts in the remand note that there was a bid to protect Sanjay Roy and others who had unauthorized access to the scene of crime, which might have resulted in tampering of evidence. So now the CBI in its remand note, for the first time in so many days of investigation, puts the focus on the unknown persons angle, and also goes on to say that possibly there was an attempt to protect not only Sanjay Roy but also those people who had unauthorized access to the scene of crime, which led to destruction of evidence because the cop did not seal the scene of crime.
Exactly, and since you're talking about the role of this cop, you know, the accused cop, Sagrika, let's take our viewers through exactly or the big takeaways from the remand notes which we have accessed. Now, this is very significant, viewers, because the focus, entire focus is on the cover-up angle. Now, let's take a look at the details of the CBI remand note, the damning charges which are mentioned against the accused cop. What does the remand note say? Now, CBI basically claims that there was a bid to sabotage the probe. And how was that done? Wrong facts mentioned in the entry. That's something which the CBI has red flagged now. They have said that the accused cop, Mr. Mandal himself, did not register the FIR. Immediately, there was a delay in filing the FIR. The cop did not cordon off the crime scene, something my colleague Sagrika was also talking about in detail. CBI has also leveled another serious charge at Kolkata cop, that is, be it delay in filing FIR or the criminal conspiracy charge. This is very significant because now that puts a big question mark on the type of probe which was conducted by the Kolkata police. Viewers, the cops reportedly tried to even shield the accused Sanjay Roy. That's the big charge which has been leveled. The cop tried to divert the investigation. That is another big charge which has been revealed in the CBI remand note. What are the charges, or what does the remand note say about Dr. Sandeep Ghosh? Who's Dr. Sandeep Ghosh? He is the ex-principal of the RGK hospital. Now, CBI basically claims some very serious allegations which have been revealed and leveled against Dr. Ghosh. Let's take a look at them one by one. What does the CBI remand note says? It says that Dr. Ghosh did not make a formal complaint. In fact, they go on to say even when the complaint was made, it was rather vague. This is exactly what I was talking about. The composition, it was vague. The entire complaint copy, the language was vague. He tried to downplay the murder. And how did he try to downplay the murder? Eventually, downplaying rape and murder to suicide. That is a big charge which has been leveled against Dr. Ghosh. Now, that is what the CBI remand note says, viewers, against both, Dr. Ghosh and the accused cop in the case. Talking really about, the politics which is happening over the same. There are a lot of reactions which we have managed to get, be it the BJP or, the other opposition leaders. Let's listen in to what the opposition and other political leaders have had to say.
SHO लेटर लिख रहा है कि आप जब एक डॉक्टर ने नोट दिया कि आप शाम के बाद पोस्टमार्टम नहीं कर सकते, तब SHO लिख रहा है कि स्पेशल केस में कर दीजिए। लेकिन मेरा सवाल ये है कि कोई SHO, एक थाना प्रभारी, छोटा सा थाना प्रभारी, क्या डिसीजन ले सकता है क्या? उन्हें ऊपर से बोला गया था, इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया गया था, तो स्वाभाविक है ऊपर के लोगों को पकड़ना चाहिए। छोटे मोहरा है, विनीत गोयल का अभी इस्तीफा होनी चाहिए, नहीं तो बंगाल की जनता मुख्यमंत्री जी को अपने पद से, अपने चेयर से हटा देगी।
All right, as the probe peaks, politics also intensifying over the RGK horror. We'll keep an eye on all the updates coming in from West Bengal. As of now, slipping into a short commercial break.